Good afternoon. Sorry about bumping it back 5 minutes there. I barely made this time. Came home from work at lunch, feeling horrible, and then I just slept, woke up at 5 something and thought it was the morning. All out of whack. Hello, humans. Phantom, nice to see you on tonight, buddy. I hope you enjoyed the last night's replay. It was a long one, wasn't it? 3 more years. Ooh, sounds like a hard day. I'm glad you're home. Hey, Kip Kitty. Yeah, what is for dinner? Kelt. Oh, wow. Yum. Turkey meatloaf. I've never heard of turkey meatloaf. I bet that's really good. Sounds good. Thank you, Phantom. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a long one. It was a long one, wasn't it? I was gonna end it at the normal time, and then I'm like, well, there ain't nothing else going on, so I might as well just keep hanging out. What'd you learn, man? That's weird. I didn't have any emails today. All right, let's see. Of course. Whoops. Just responding here. All right, there we go. Yeah, what about Truth Seeker last night? Some badass fucking information there. All right. Let's see, dude, what? That's awesome. I'm live now. Come hop in. Trying to get another interview lined up. Excuse me. Sorry about that, chat. What'd you learn, Phantom? I didn't know. Let me see here. I didn't know they had. Oh! Yeah, isn't that crazy, man? And I think that was the reason why they started doing the dig. My symptoms. Oh my gosh. Basically look at a box of Dayquil. All that shit. But today, oh my gosh, my stomach. It was so hard. It was so hard. Just today, it was like normally I'll work sick. But today it was just the cramps were just so unbearable. And I could barely even frickin' move half the time. And I was just like, yo, I gotta go home. And then I came home, sat down for a minute, was gonna start replying to my messages on my videos, and then I was just in the chair like, oh my gosh. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna lay down. Then I would like you to drink at least 32 ounces of I probably should, honestly. I just love coffee too much. It does sound like a delicious freaking dinner. Look at Kelp coming through with the advice. Thank you. All right, so I was trying to get on and get my stuff saved up like I do every day before I get on my show, and it was just running behind the whole time, waking up thinking had to hurry up and get ready for work, started to get ready for work, and then I look at my phone and I'm like, it's PM, not AM. Shit. So then I had to hurry up and turn around and start getting ready for the show. Bumped it back 5 minutes. I'm not, I should have bumped it back to 7, but I don't want to bump back shit more than 5 minutes, because I know everybody else has shit going on in their life, and you go show up to a freaking stream, and the next thing you know, when the stream was supposed to start, it's an hour, 2 hours later, this and that, and it's like, okay, I know you guys got other shit to do, so it ain't no thing. I can bump it back a few minutes, and then we can just kind of go through shit together. No popcorn? All right. We'll open up the panel here in a little bit. Yeah, I was reaching out to somebody else. Hopefully, I can get my third confirmed interview. And I got a couple more. Hopefully, I'll find out sometime next week. And it's going to be awesome to be able to bring you not only our true crime during the week and whatever else, but our funky stuff on Friday and our Saturday, UFO haunting, Bigfoot, spaceship, whatever kind of chat. Got the painting streams coming up soon once I get another webcam for that. And then I'm excited about the interviews, though. I think it'll be really cool to be able to sit down with people, do one-on-ones, and just kind of have, just kind of listen to how, their path, their progress, their passions and all that. I think it's just really interesting when you sit down and actually learn the gizzards. And then I think it's a good way to promote themselves, too. No popcorn tonight. And I read they're selling plots of land in Scotland, and then you'll get a... Yep. Where is Scottish? She's always doing that fashionably late shit. She has to have that breaking news banner coming up. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're just kind of gonna do this together. Let me get my screen share up. I love this music. It just makes it sound like Daft Punk. Love Daft Punk. I wish I could play real music. Oh well. All right. I'm excited. I can't wait. I was reaching out to somebody today, really hoping they'd like to do it. A female that was just working at a factory and then has her own spa. Makeup, all sorts of stuff. I was like, wow. What a go-getter. I think she'd have an amazing story to share with everybody, and then I think it'd be really cool to, you know, put her business up there too. Fingers crossed. All right, so let's go through my subscriptions and let's see if we got anything brand new. Is there anything brand new that anybody else wants to throw in chat? Let's see. I'm not really going to talk about the University of Idaho stuff today. Let's see. I heard some space rocket went to the moon last night or yesterday or something, maybe. What is this? Who's Randall Newsom? I don't know. Sounds familiar. Maybe I'm thinking of Ronald Logan. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Oh yeah, I seen this. Casey Anthony blames her dad for her daughter's death. I'm gonna check that out real quick while I keep looking.
Steph, thank you so much for being with us. You follow the case. You certainly know that Casey Anthony has repeatedly admitted to lying. So what are the chances she is
Please make sure you like the video too.
Telling the truth?
My video.
Well, I have a great idea. Why didn't you tell the truth in 2008 when investigators requested you? Or even better idea, why not tell truth at trial? Now we're hearing this story, this fictitious story. I think if you want to know Horst, look at its track record. Look at Casey Anthony's history. She's lied, continually lied to investigators, led them to a place where she didn't work. So now we're supposed to believe it. And I certainly think the platform she's chosen to do this is interesting because you know she's not doing this for free.
And again, public opinion, obviously very different than what the jury decided, as you know. But we also know from the trial that her bad relationship with her dad is nothing new. So why wouldn't she have made this claim during her actual trial? Is there any chance that she was potentially protecting him?
You know, I don't think Casey Anthony was protecting anybody but herself. Again, she's making allegations in this upcoming documentary that her father, her uncle, and her brother all
That's obvious. She was just worrying about herself.
Where's the reports on this? There isn't any. Why didn't this come out at trial? Because it's not true. So again, we're seeing a fictitious story from Casey Anthony, who has a history of being a pathological liar.
And Steph, what are the odds, based on these new accusations that anything?
I mean, yeah, I see. It's just gonna be more bullshit, Didn't you follow this case, hardcore, Kid Kitty, or not?
Come out of them that we could see her father potentially face investigation or maybe even potentially charges?
I think that's a great question, but there's absolutely no allegation. There's no charges against George. There's been no inquiry into him. I think investigators are fictitious. George, I mean, they were obviously looked at the beginning like everybody was in a missing persons case. They would question every family member, as they should. George was questioned and cleared. There was never any indication from law enforcement that George had anything to do with this or that the allegations against him were true.
And Steph, before we let you go again, you follow this case from
Excuse
the
me.
very
I'm sorry. I'm
beginning.
so
We know
sniffly.
that Casey was acquitted in Kaylee's.
So, she was blaming her dad the whole time in court, right? That he was doing this to her and this to her and that to her, and it was his fault. And yes, she did. She did. That's why it's so similar to that Quentin Simon case, Oh, she wasn't blaming her dad? So is this like new accusations?
Disappearance and murder. Do you think anyone will ever be held responsible for that little girl's death?
No, because I think the person that committed this crime walked free. A jury acquitted her of the crime, and I think most people believe that she was responsible for this crime, and now she's had years to concoct a story that goes along with her new freedom. So,
thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider.
All right, then we got another video that popped up, but I don't think it just says crews are back.
Crews are back out in Fruitland today searching for Michael Vaughn. Police believe his remains are in the backyard of a Fruitland home, and today is the 6th day crews are excavating the yard. Now, Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff didn't say whether they found anything yet. He says crews could be at the house on Red Wing Street for another week. This house is just 4 minutes from the Vaughn's home. Police arrested one of the people who live in the home. 35-year-old Sarah Wandra was booked into jail over the weekend, charged with failure to report a death. Police say they have probable cause to believe she knew about Michael's death and didn't report it.
Okay, I don't understand. How long can she be in jail for if they don't have evidence of a body, though? I know failure to report a death is one thing if there's a body and you have substantial evidence, but if you don't have a body, then how long can you hold somebody in jail for?
To police. Chief Huff says she has not been cooperative with the investigation. He also shared this statement on social media last night. He says,
"We are encouraged and remain hopeful that our investigation will lead us to the truth." That's what the statement was? And she's not helping? Of course she's not. She's probably going to plead insanity. Again, this is all speculation from the concept. But I don't know. I don't know. That dude, that Casey Starkey guy just still seems weird to me, that whole phone call there. And somebody did tell me to go check out that John Lee Rich's Investigates channel, so we'll go do that here in a second after we go through the subscriptions.
And hopeful that our investigation will lead us to the truth.
All right. Let's see here. So let me go back to my subscriptions. All right. See if we got anything else. What's this Taylor Swift Ticketmaster thing? Illegal practices? It popped up on some news on YouTube about it. I'm like, wow, if it's on, what is it, Agenda Free TV? If it's on Agenda Free TV, then what the hell's going on with that? Yeah, I do like that John Lee Rich's Investigates channel. He's got a lot of good information. Let's see. Unlimited flight pass. That'd be cool. Oh, shit. Oh, did something new come out? Damn, it must have refreshed a whole bunch. Video captures explosion. What? Where was this at?
Your statewide news network covers Gibson County. Video captures the moment a Princeton home exploded and caught fire. Watch your screen here. Happened around 11 yesterday morning. Fire officials
Just the
blamed
roof,
natural gas for the explosion. Damon Gibson and Tessa Crumbaugh live in the building. Gibson says it was a stroke of luck that he avoided the blast.
Woke up to the smell of gas. Something told me to leave, so I got ready. Talked to the maintenance man. Told him I was leaving and to lock up whenever they was done, and I'd be back in a little bit.
Nick Gibson says a maintenance man was trying to get the heater to work before the explosion happened.
Whoa. Crazy. In Gibson County. Okay. Cruiser Brat, we watched that one. What is it? Kidding with Kayla? That's weird. Kayla, if you're in, say what's up. Let's see here. Okay, we went through all these. Where's that Casey Anthony one, so I can just keep going down. Let's see. Here it is. Okay. Kylie Rodney. I didn't know that people were still talking about that. Takes plea deal. That's a crazy case right there. The Pike County massacre in Ohio. Man, I would like to take some night to go over all that stuff, because I was kind of always checking into that one when that happened. I think it was 2015 or 16. One family of 5 took out a whole family of like 9 because the one son wanted to have custody of their daughter and had to take out every other person that could have been in line to have custody of her. What's up, Truth Seeker? Thank you. Sort of, but hey, you're still here. Appreciate it. We're just kind of going over some. You happen to know any new information on Michael Vaughn or anything? I haven't really seen anything pop up, and the last video I watched, it had some like 1-sentence statement from JD Huff. I'm not really seeing anything. This is crazy. So maybe it was a good thing I kind of got my sleep today. I did make sure to respond to my messages on my videos. And geez, I don't know, for some reason. Hey, what's up, Mel Mac? I always appreciate you hopping in here. You're all over the place. You're so cool. I guess maybe there's just nothing new today. Yeah, I'm excited for these interviews. I can't wait. Can't wait. Probable cause. Oh, that's for a stream. Well, go ahead and notify me, because I like her streams too. Crime, Lines, and Lies. Good channel. Here, I'll go click on it real quick so you can check out her profile. Search her up sometime. This is her page. She's got really cool freaking streams. And really badass pictures, too. Hey, what's up, Funkin' Zombie? Yeah, she's got badass... That's a badass picture, but no, she's got really good streams. She's really sarcastic and funny. It's a good presentation, so I'd definitely go check her out, too, if you guys would like. Good crime talk, especially in the morning. I'm not really seeing nothing. All right, well, I'm going to go through, let me see here. This is one thing I wanted to do today when I came home. I wanted to go through, excuse me, and make some new folders. I made one for Michael Vaughn, but oh my gosh, look at this one. Good morning. Cool. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, she's got really she usually streams in the morning and she's just got a personality. It's so cool. Look at all these. It's so scattered. It's so scattered in here. Like here I was like, yeah, I'll just make a little folder, you know, when I first started my show. I'll just make a little folder and you know, and all of a sudden it just 126 videos. Yeah, I still have some organizing to do. But there are some videos we didn't get into last night. I think this one was... No, we did watch that one. I did want to check this out. Let's see how they found... Let's see. The crime scene was very odd, so... Not cooperating. It's Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. Yes, I was dying at the dude they interviewed for the... What the heck? That's crazy. And the girlfriend's just kind of sitting back. Just chilling. I'd be like freaking out, like, dude. Because a house just exploded here like a few months ago, but the word unalived 3 people. Like they were in the house and then a neighbor. And these people are just like nonchalant, like, yeah. You're like, whoa. Okay. Let's see. But 2 attorneys. Oh yeah, I did want to go to his channel because he had a new video last night. This is definitely a good follow too. This is the guy that allegedly and I talk about, Scott Reich. I started subscribing to him back with the Chris Watts trial because he's a defense attorney located in Colorado. And he's got really good videos. So this is the one that he came out with last night. So we'll check this out a little bit.
Tragedy in Idaho, and then finally our dumb criminal of the day. Let's talk about it.
All right, I'm gonna pause it just to avoid the copyright shit in the future. You know, after I get 900 more subscribers. I don't want to have to go back to all these videos and have to do edits like crazy. So, because I was gonna keep starting off with real music, but then I was like, nah, I don't want to get to a point a year or 2 later and be like, shit, I got like 500 videos I gotta edit out copyright shit. So we're just gonna do it right from now on. All right, Delphi case update right off the bat. Beautiful.
Alan of Indiana, who wrote a desperate letter to the judge earlier this month begging for help from a public defender. He said, quote, I'm begging to be provided with legal assistance in a public defender or whatever help is available. Mr. Allen wrote in a letter to the court at...
By the way, that's not his usual setup. Usually he's at a desk, and I think he's just on the road for this one, but usually it's a really professional setup.
His initial appearance on October 28th, Mr. Allen asked to find representation that he would pay for himself. However, at the time, he had no clue how expensive it would be just to talk to someone, not to mention.
Look at how dilated his pupils are in that picture. That's like a common theme with these killers. Their pupils are just so freaking dilated.
Hire somebody on a double homicide case. Well, the court has appointed Andrew Joseph Baldwin of Baldwin, Perry, and Camish, and Bradley Rozzi of Rozzi, Hillis, Rozzi, and Dean to represent Mr. Allen. Now, for those of you who don't know, Mr. Allen has been accused of killing Liberty German and her friend Abby Williams, on February 13th of 2017, after their bodies were found abandoned near a recreational trail. Now, the attorney with a little more experience, Andrew Baldwin, he looks like a, by God, no doubt gunfighter. He's been doing criminal defense for nearly 30 years. Bradley Rozzi has done litigation for 20 years. He has experience in criminal defense and is death penalty qualified there in Indiana. So Mr. Allen did well in his decision, probably the best decision that he's made thus far, other than keeping his mouth shut. He gets 2 private counsel at public defender prices. He's entitled to defense counsel if he cannot afford one, and he is indigent. Whether he had $100 or $100 million if he's in custody, he qualifies for a free attorney. In this particular case, Mr. Andrew Baldwin, he graduated from the Akron School of Law back in 1994. He graduated.
Whoa, hold on.
He's a member of the National Board of Trial.
Is that Akron, Ohio? That's crazy.
Attorney. In this particular case, Mr. Andrew Baldwin, he graduated from the Akron School of Law back in 1994.
Wow.
He graduated top of his class. He's a member of the National Board of Trial Advocacy and a criminal trial specialist.
It's crazy how this case has so many connections to my personal life here.
He's a member of the Indiana State Bar, the Hamilton County Bar Association, the Johnson County Bar Association. He's in fact been the past president. He's admitted to courts in Indiana as well as the United States District Court for the Northern and Southern Districts of Indiana. Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah, and if they can't get a fair trial up in Delphi, right here is one of the alternate locations. So that'll be crazy if the trial ends up coming here. That'll be crazy. Definitely have some footage down at the courthouse for sure.
Definitely looks like the real deal. Bradley Rozzi as well graduated from law school back in 2001, admitted to the bar in 2002, and looks like he does quite a bit of criminal law, a little bit of divorce, a little bit of custody. You know, when you're in smaller towns, sometimes you got to take what comes through the door. But most of his cases appear to be that of criminal cases where he's done murder trials, attempted murder, burglary, child molestation, and drug offenses. And he has also represented clients accused of committing multiple murders and other heinous acts, and is death penalty qualified, as I noted before. Now, the judge, the Honorable Judge Gull, in this particular case, is the one that would have made the appointments, as I understand it, in Indiana. So, already had a good feeling about this judge. She's going to make sure Mr. Hall gets a fair trial.
Good. If he's got a good feeling about this judge, because I've been watching this dude for 4 or 5 years. I totally respect his opinion. So if he feels that she's going to do a great job, then I'm happy because I trust him.
Make sure that he gets competent counsel, and that's a good thing. All right. Certainly, if he's innocent, nobody wants an innocent man to go to prison for a crime they didn't do. Obviously, if he's guilty, he's entitled to due process before any punishment is to be imposed. All right. So we are going to have to wait and see. We got that hearing next week. Hopefully, the affidavit will be released. I'm sure the attorneys are going to want to keep it quiet. But once again, Some people think I'm wrong. Other people think I'm right. I think the public's entitled to know what evidence they have against Mr. Allen. After all, it's been 6 years, and the police have been very tight-lipped, and they've gone down a couple of roads that didn't exactly turn out to be correct. I'm sure something that Mr. Razi and Mr. Baldwin will certainly explore in their defense of Mr. Allen. Next on the docket, let's talk Casey Anthony. So Casey Anthony, guess what? Blames her father, George, for the 2008 murder of her daughter, Kaylee, suggesting in a new documentary series that he killed her to cover up sexually abusing her and claiming that she herself does not know what happened to her daughter. Now, Casey Anthony was infamously acquitted of murdering her 2-year-old daughter in 2011 after a highly publicized trial during which she was dubbed the most hated woman in America. She has always denied killing Kaylee, despite cadaver dogs picking up the traces of human remains in her vehicle. Kaylee's skeletal remains were discovered near the family property in Orlando, Florida. Now, in her first sit-down interview,
You know, and unfortunately, that's more than what they have in the Quentin Simon case, you know? That's so sad. They had more in this case than they do, as far as we know. Because I'm not inside, you know, but as far as we know.
Casey Anthony appears in a 3-part docuseries on Peacock, where she claims that both she and her daughter were sexually abused by her father, George, and she has claimed that she was
See, I thought I heard that
father
before.
And her brother in the past. Claims that they vehemently
Not the
deny.
brother, but
Neither
I've
of them
heard
has
about
ever
her
been
say
charged
that
in
about the
connection with
dad before.
allegations, nor have they been implicated in Kaylee's death whatsoever. Now, Casey claims in this new series, which airs on November 29th, that she woke up from a nap to find Kaylee, who'd been with her, gone. She believes he killed her, then put her in the pool to make it appear as though she drowned. I wasn't feeling that great, and I wanted to lay down, she said. I had her lay in bed with me, was awoken by her father, shaking me and asking me where Kaylee was. That didn't make sense. She would never even leave my room without telling me. She said,
You do that on purpose, don't you? You do that on purpose, don't you? You do that on purpose. You specifically show up to my streams a half an hour late so you can get that banner, huh? How you doing tonight? How'd the doctor go today? Did she blame her dad? Okay, I thought that she did. All hail the queen. I thought that she did. I thought I heard her say that. Oh my god, that's a creepy picture. I thought I heard her say that, but I don't remember her saying that about her dad back then. Okay. I know Kid Kitty she said she was into that case a lot when that case was going on. Maybe it was sometime after that, because I mean, this case is, how long has it been since the case was going? Yeah, it was a long time ago. So who knows? Maybe after that is when because didn't she go into like witness protection or something? And then she got kicked out of it, or I don't remember. You know, it's been so long. And I really didn't, I was working so much overtime at that period of my life that I wasn't even really watching or keeping track of that stuff. Yeah, so maybe it was after that. So that's just what she's saying in her new show or something, I guess.
that she immediately started looking around the house. I go outside and I'm looking to see where she could possibly be. He was standing there with her. She was soaked wet. He handed her to me. Said it was my fault, that I caused it. But he didn't rush to call 911, and he wasn't trying to resuscitate her. I collapsed with her in my arms. She was heavy and she was cold.
Right.
It took 31 days for Casey to call the police and tell them that Kaylee was missing. And on July 15th, 2008, Casey's mother, Cindy, first alerted the authorities to Kaylee's disappearance. The couple hadn't seen Casey or Kaylee for about a month. They then found Casey's car in a tow yard, and George said the smell took his breath away. In her 911 call, Cindy told the dispatcher, Kaylee's missing. It smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car. Casey then told police that she'd left her daughter with a baby.
Yeah, now didn't her mom, like, help her out in trial and change her story? Didn't her mom, like, when it was court time, didn't her mom, like, change the story or something? She was holding a child at the time. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's I don't really care to pay too much attention to her dumbass. Let's just listen to him about what he says about this Idaho stuff. I'm not really going to watch too much about it.
Four University
not
of
right
Idaho
now.
Students were found dead in the office campus home they shared, and it might have been a crime of passion or a burglary gone wrong. Now, Ethan, Chapman, Madison Mogan, Zaina Kern.
What trial coverage are you talking about? The old, if it's Casey Anthony, don't worry about it. For us anyway, because I'm just really, I don't want to really talk about that woman too much. If you do want to get into some trial coverage, Pike County Massacre, that's got trial coverage going on right now. That is a crazy freaking story. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and play let me find a video real quick. And I'm going to play a little, let's see if I can find like a quick little preview thing of it here. Just to kind of give you the story in a short period of time, but then we'll get into it another night here. Let's see, what is this? The story so far. Okay, so we'll switch to this right now. Oh, hold on though. My bad. Let me go back to here. I want to hear about this Idaho stuff.
And Kaylee Goncalves were all found in the house that they shared in Moscow, Idaho. Police have not disclosed to the public how they passed away. The authorities were first.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully tomorrow you're able to do and get what you need. Fingers crossed.
Alerted to the scene by someone else who called 911 at around noon to report an unconscious person at the address. Police in Idaho said they responded to a call of an unconscious person about noon on Sunday. When the police arrived at the scene, they found all four people deceased in a house that was converted into an apartment. It remains unclear how they passed away, but local police are considering it a homicide. Now, police have not taken any suspects into custody as of Monday, but they say they do not believe that there is a threat to the rest of the school community. Let me know what you think. All right, before we get to our dumb criminal of the day, one more thing you need to consider. When somebody
the dumb criminal of the day is always the best, but I'll let you watch his channel for that. So let's go ahead and go to this. This is a quick rundown of the story here. Crazy. It happened 5 or 6 years ago, I think. At EvilleCJ, the Ketty. I know. Yes, that's another. I'm going to be That's a good way to say it, because I can probably get copyrighted just for saying his name, huh, Queen? Oh gosh, no, I read that wrong. Hold on, let me put my glasses on. I thought we were okay. I thought we were saying Kurt Cobain. No, Ketty Cabin Murders is a good one, an old one but good one. Now I can read. My bad. I hooked up my TV to my laptop here, so I was just kind of been chilling back using my TV, and I don't have my comments displayed up there because it has all the shit that I'm running. So the comments that I read are on my phone that I use for my mic, and yeah, the text is really small. So I guess I need to wear my glasses all the time. My bad. Yes, drink up. Drink up. All right, let's go to this here.
Planning the crimes.
A horrific crime rocks the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in southeast Ohio. 8 members of the Roden and Gilly families executed in one night.
My brothers were good people. They would give you the shirt off their back.
Years later, another family, the Wagners, are charged with the murders.
They studied the victims' habits and their routine.
Now, George Wagner IV is on trial for his role in the killings and the plot to carry out the murders. I'm Anjanette Levy, and welcome to this special edition of Law and Crime Sidebar Podcast, where I'm going to tell you about this case that we're going to be covering coming up here on Law and Crime. We've actually been covering it all week long. This is a case that I've covered since day one, since April 22nd of 2016. And, you know, I remember very clearly, it was a Friday morning and I had worked a night shift the night before. I came in around 10 a.m. to the newsroom, and the news director looked at me and said, "Get in the car, you're going to Pike County. 7 people in one family have been murdered." And I just thought to myself, oh my goodness, first of all. And second of all, I didn't really know where Pike County was. It was a county on the very, very outer edge of our viewing area. We just didn't cover that area, but it was right across the county line from another county called Adams County that was in our viewing area. And really the only time I had ever been out there was when I would drive through there to go to Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. So I went out there. There were police cars everywhere, sheriff's deputies' cars everywhere, blocking off Union Hill Road, where this crime happened, where 7 of the family members were shot in the head. Most of these people were shot in the head. Some were not, but they were shot in their sleep. It's an awful, awful case. And we a little bit about how the whole thing unfolded and how it began.
There's blood all over the house.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause it just to avoid the copyright. Crazy story. Crazy story. Crazy, 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 crazy. And the trial is still going on. And basically, the family that committed the crime, the dad is like the ringleader, and he's like, it's kind of like a Hatfield and McCoy kind of thing, right? The 2 dads were like, you know, they knew each other, and they were cool at some points, and they weren't cool at some points, and they were both like, you know, powerful people in the community, and you know, in an illegal way. They were both powerful people in the community in a legal way, and the son of the family that committed the crime dated the daughter of the family of the crime, ended up dating, and then they had a baby together, and then they ended up separating. And then the dad pretty much sat the family down one night, the mom, the sons, because they all made decisions as a family. So if there was like any any important thing that they needed to decide for their lineage, their their future offspring. It was all like this clan family decision. And then the dad was like, look, this is what's gonna happen. This is how we're gonna do it. They planned it out for like an extended period of time. They literally planned this whole thing out over I think it was over a year it took for this whole plan of theirs to it's crazy. And what's even crazier is that the trial is still going on. Sorry, let me get back to chat real quick. I know defo need to buy 2 liters of water. Oh my gosh. Wiggle wiggle dance. That's the worst, to have to pee or to have to pee when you can't. And then usually when you don't need to, then you can't stop. Definitely gonna check out that little soap. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna keep playing this. I just need to pause it for a second. Sent you pics of my hometown just to show you a bunch of grass, huh? What's the population of the country? What's the population? You definitely will be doing that. Yes. Prayers again. Because that's, especially when you're dealing with kidneys, That's it's painful. This is the Pike County Massacre that took place, I think 5 or 6 years ago. Crazy story. But anyway, there's still a trial going on, because the dad, the mom, the 2 sons, they're all separate trials. And when they all got arrested for it, none of them would talk. And then the father of the father of the kid between the 2 families then confessed and said, I'll go ahead and tell you everything as long as none of my family gets the death penalty. And so they said, okay. So then he just started spilling the beans. My mom didn't do anything. She was just there when we planned it, decided it, and talked about it. That she didn't commit any of it. But they went from one house to the next, to the next, to the next. And it's crazy. Let me get back to this video. Hopefully it explains the whole thing. It's the Pike County breakdown, so I hope it explains everything, because it's a crazy case and it's still going on right now. One of the sons is on trial right now. You can actually go on YouTube and watch it right now. It's live. But please don't hang out here. Yes, it was to do with custody.
A chilling 911 call on the morning of April 22nd, 2016 led to the largest criminal investigation in Ohio history. Bobby Jo Manley found her brother-in-law, Chris Roden Sr., and his cousin Gary dead in Chris's trailer. In another mobile home on Union Hill Road, Chris Sr.'s ex-wife Dana and their children, Hannah Mae and Chris Jr., shot in the head as they slept. Hannah Mae's newborn baby was unharmed next to her. Chris and Dana's son Frankie and his fiancée, Hannah Hazel Gilly, were also shot. Their 6-month-old baby boy in bed with them, covered in blood. Frankie's toddler son and the baby were unharmed. Then, hours later,
I just found my cousin with a gunshot wound.
An 8th victim, Kenneth Roden, found shot in the eye in his camper several miles away. Rumors spread that the Mexican drug cartel had committed the murders since Chris and Kenneth had marijuana grow operations. A year later, with few solid leads, the Roden family matriarch, Geneva Roden, issued a public plea.
If there's someone out there that knows anything about what happened, would they please
Please come forward.
The following month, something led investigators to a farm where Angela, Jake, and George Wagner had lived. They had recently sold it and planned to move to Alaska. Their belongings were stored at another property and were also searched. Investigators also searched the sprawling Flying W horse farm where Billy Wagner's parents raised horses. Jake Wagner was the father of Hannah Mae Roden's oldest daughter, and after Hannah was murdered, Jake was awarded custody of the little girl. More than a year later, in November 2018, Billy, Angela, George, and Jake Wagner were charged with the murders.
There certainly was obsession with custody, obsession with control of children.
The Attorney General said the murders were planned meticulously, with the Wagners hacking into the Rodens' social media accounts to surveil them. The motive? Custody of the little girl that Jake Wagner shared with Hannah Roden.
I just might tell you this is just the most bizarre story I've ever seen in being involved in law enforcement. I mean, when the entire story, as it will unfold at trial, it's just.
Then, more than 2 years later, on the 5th anniversary of the murders in 2021, a shock.
I am guilty, Your Honor.
Jake Wagner admitted that he and his family planned and carried out the murders over custody of his daughter. He'll spend the rest of his life in prison. Months later, Angela Wagner was the next domino to fall. Jake and Angela have agreed to testify against Billy and George. George claiming he's not guilty because he didn't actually shoot anyone, and his lawyers stating in court documents that he only went along that night fearing that their father Billy might kill Jake.
George did not shoot or kill anybody that's a named victim in this case. He did not pull a trigger once. Jake, on the other hand, has admitted to killing at least 5 people personally and shooting a 6th.
Prosecutors say George Wagner is just as responsible as the rest of the family.
Unfortunately, there's more than one devil in this case, and that is all 4
Right.
of the individuals who are tried.
You should have came forward when they were talking about it.
Again, Jake at least provided some peace to the victims in this family, and that was a very strong motivator for us in resolving his case in the way that we did. George has not done that.
When George Wagner and Billy Wagner, Angela, and Jake were all charged with these murders, there were other family members who were charged with lesser crimes. One of them was Frederica Wagner, and she is the grandmother to Jake and George, the mother of Billy, and she was charged with obstruction of justice and perjury. Prosecutors had said she lied about purchasing a bullet-resistant vest for Billy Wagner to the grand jury. Frederica always said she didn't lie about that and that she did purchase it to offer him some protection. But prosecutors say, and they still believe, I guess, that she is lying and that they could refile the charges. The other family member charged is Rita Newcomb, who is the grandmother to Jake and George Wagner. She was charged with obstruction of justice for lying to the grand jury, according to prosecutors, and then also with forgery. The prosecutors had said she lied about forging custody documents related to this case. She was a notary, and her notary seal was on those custody documents. Well, it turns out that Rita Newcomb came clean at a hearing and pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor obstruction charge and agreed to testify against her family members. So she will be testifying next week against George Wagner and then later his father, Billy Wagner, at trial. Opening statements are set for the morning of September 6th. That's a Tuesday morning, the day after Labor Day. And despite Pike County being really small, there are between 27,000 and 28,000 people who live there. It's really small. They were actually able to seat a jury in that county. It's made up of 9 women and 3 men. The alternates are made up of 5 women and 1 man. So this is mostly women that will be hearing the evidence in this case. And really to understand this case and the victims who died, I think you have
it's
to
horrible.
know a little bit about
It's a
the
crazy
area where they
story.
lived. As I mentioned, this is in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, and it's
Yeah, I'm just surprised that there's still trials going on, really. Like, I got on to do my show, and the last couple days there's been trials that are live for the one son that says he didn't do any killing, and So I'm just like, what the heck is still going on with this? So yeah, I figured I'd talk about it. It's just crazy. Crazy.
It's really an area that's seen a lot of challenges. It's not a wealthy area. And I spoke with former Deputy Attorney General for the state of Ohio, Mark Weaver, about the area. He's actually tried cases out there.
So this is a rural Appalachian poor white county in southern part of Ohio. And it might be the poorest county in the state. If it's not the poorest, it's among the top 3 or 4 poorest counties. The courthouse is old.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
The county employees.
That's pretty bad. One of the 3 poorest counties in the state.
Appalachian counties in America. The
wow.
drug epidemic has hit hard.
So
there's a lot of job loss, and so this.
You know what? That's crazy because. Hold on, let me hear this again. One of the 3, or what?
In southern part of Ohio, and it might.
Attorney General for the state of Ohio, Mark Weaver, about the area. He's actually tried cases out there.
So this is a rural Appalachian poor white county in southern part of Ohio, and it might be the poorest county in the state. If it's not the poorest, it's among the top 3 or 4 poorest counties.
Wow.
Dated. The county employees do not make a lot of money.
Wow.
Like so many Appalachian counties in America, the opioid drug epidemic has hit hard. There's a lot of job loss. And so this, what national focus will come to a town that is just barely making it in a county that is rarely inside anybody's spotlight.
So, 8 people murdered in the middle of the night. It seems almost like a given that you would get the death penalty in this case. But, the state still has to obviously prove its case, do its job. They seem to think from everything we've in court that they have a very strong case. It would appear that way. But George Wagner claims, I didn't kill anybody. I didn't actually pull the trigger, so I shouldn't be convicted. But that's not how it works in Ohio.
No, it doesn't. And we're still not sure whether the death penalty is going to go forward in this case, largely to see who testifies. So for the viewers and listeners who don't know, the allegations are that this Wagner family was a criminal enterprise that met together and decided to go out and commit mass murder. This is a little bit like the Hatfields and the McCoys. This is a little bit like one family.
Yeah, it is like the Hatfields and the McCoys.
And the Wagner family, according to prosecutors, was a criminal enterprise. And as a result, some of the folks in the family have already pled guilty and are willing to testify against the 2 remaining defendants. And if they do so, then the death penalty will be taken off the table. If they don't, there still is the ability to bring the death penalty, at least for some of these defendants.
But it's not just that they have to testify. Like the part of the agreement I find interesting, it's to the satisfaction of the state. That's how it's worded.
Yeah, that's a big catch-all. Normally we say truthfully to satisfaction of the state. That gives the prosecutors the sole judgment on whether or not to bring the death penalty charges. Now, it's hard to do a death penalty case. I had prosecuted here on the Law and Crime Network a death penalty case against the serial killer Sean Great a few years ago. It's very complicated. There's a lot of moving parts. Frankly, most prosecutors would rather not bring a capital case.
You guys are funny. You're good. We talk about whatever.
Having said that, this case rocked the region. When
I just need to not
of going in and killing everybody.
Put it up on the screen. That's my bad.
Really got people's attention. And I
You're
think
good though. Shit, it's whatever. It's a comfortable, safe place.
Investigation that took investigators from Ohio to Alaska and many points in between. There are actually 264 potential witnesses in this case.
Wow.
Actually, federal law enforcement officials who assisted. And the evidence includes digital
evidence, what?
Ballistics, shoe impression evidence, and there were also a number of wiretaps in this case. And there's
yeah, but see, they all went out to Walmart They all went out to Walmart and bought different sizes of shoes than what they normally wear. So I guess just to see who did what. Still, yeah.
That it's included too. Prosecutors have said that they have evidence that the Wagners hacked into the Rodens' social media accounts in an effort to surveil them. And they also say that Angela Wagner has admitted buying Walmart gym shoes for her sons to wear to specifically carry out.
Oh, they hacked into their Facebooks
and
without
Jake
them
Wagner
knowing
had
and stalked
admitted
them.
to
Wow.
committing the murders, shooting 5 of the victims, killing them, shooting a 6th, and then he also led prosecutors to a truck that they purchased just to carry out these murders. So I spoke with Joseph Scott Morgan, a forensic death investigator, about the evidence and the challenges of investigating a case like this.
I went by the Wagner farmhouse, and it's this kind of interesting multi-storied home that was built many, many years ago. And it looks, it's got a very, I have to say, it's got a very Norman Rockwell kind of appeal to it when you see it. But then you think about what went on, within those walls, because you're talking about a group of people, a family group, that sat around the kitchen table, perhaps, or in the front room, or on the front porch, and allegedly they planned the slaughter of another family. And it wasn't just like they go into, some kind of single room like Scarface and wipe everybody else. This is meticulous, where they're going from location to location to location to location. And then prior to that, you got all the prep work. Remember, the mother has already stated, that she's admitted her guilt in this particular case. She's gone out and coordinated things, and we've talked about shoes, I think, a little bit. That's come up in pretrial, how shoes were purchased in order to facilitate this, that would be footwear that had not previously been worn, that, she would buy all together. There was the acquisition of weaponry, a vehicle, comes into play. So all of the logistical issues that have to come into play were there. And not to mention, the route would have to be planned.
Also expected to testify at the trial is George Wagner IV's ex-wife. Her name is Tabitha Clater, and she's expected to testify that when she left George Wagner and got a divorce, that the family coerced her into signing over custody of their son to the Wagner families, and that basically she was isolated from her son after being pressured to do that. Some of the other evidence in this case includes a Facebook message that prosecutors have cited in prior court hearings. And in this message, Hannah Mae Roden was talking to Tabitha Clater's mother. And Tabitha Clater's mother said to Hannah Roden in this message, "Do not sign over custody of your child," because she was being pressured to do so by the Wagner family. And in that message, Hannah Roden said to Tabitha Clater's mother, "They will have to kill me first." This is a Facebook message that was revealed in a court hearing in August of 2020. It was cited during that hearing, and there was testimony about it. And interestingly enough, that Facebook message between Hannah Roden and Tabitha Clater's mother took place in December of 2015, about 5 months before the homicides. And there was testimony also that Angela Wagner had found that Facebook message by surveilling those Facebook accounts and showed it to Jake Wagner. And apparently the plot unfolded from there. So this will really be something to watch. And the Roden family will be there every day, along with the Manley family and the Gilley families, seeking justice for their loved ones. That's it for this edition of Law and Crime Sidebar Podcast. It is.
Well, that's the story. This is Pike County. It's in a weird spot. See, now I figured. Let me see here. I wish it showed the borders better. If there's a way for me to do it, let me know, because I don't use this that much. Let's see more. Satellite? No, that's probably worse. What's globe view? Whoa! That's crazy. Okay. All right, here's the border. Where's this? Where's Kentucky? Kentucky. It's so hard to see the frickin' borders. All right, here's West Virginia. That's Kentucky. So it dips down right here. So it's by Kentucky and West Virginia, right? That's part of West Virginia. See, I thought it would be like right around here or something. Because I remember going through that area and it was literally bare and run down, and tons of coal factories just shut down, not even running. Exactly. Because they didn't get what they... Yeah, I know. The dad was like totally a control freak. It's crazy. So that would be a kind of a cool case to go into one night. And I got me a new notebook, so... I got notes. My idea. I need to create a Facebook group page so I can have like an idea tabs for the show. Interview tabs, people they think it'd be cool to interview, things like that. You know, just upcoming shit that everybody can contribute to. So that guy said it's one of the 27,000 people located in the Appalachian. Let's look at the photos. These are the photos that they give you on Google. This is what's happening in the city. Oh my gosh, look at how... Wow, this is a cool feature of Google Maps I didn't really ever use before. Look at that. That is your ad here. It's so run down. What is this? Rest area. They took a picture of the rest area. So it's basically just a really small, middle of nowhere town that nobody really visits, and there's nothing real. They have a Carter Lumber. That's a pretty decent business. Interesting. Yeah, that's where Pike County is. So that'll be cool to go into it sometime. I'm going to switch over to a video that Kayla sent me here, or Truth Seeker. Crap. Can you do me a favor, Truth Seeker? Can you send me the link? Allegedly got it. I wasn't able to get the link. Can you send me the link for your YouTube channel so I can promote you? This is her Twitter, if you want to follow her. She's got a lot of good information on a lot of cases. Awesome stuff. So she's got this video up. Let's check this out. Ah. Oh. So that must be the tree that they took out then. I thought I seen a house to the left of it where the dig was at. Okay, that's just where they gained entry. Oh my gosh, I'm not sharing it. Hold on one second. My bad. I'm so sorry. Oh, I can't wait till I feel better. Alright, this is a video. I didn't realize it went to a different tab. Okay, that's the shed. Great information. Hey TS, how you doing? Aw, thank you. I'm just looking at this video from Kayla Brown. If you have Twitter ATS, and if she's still in here, hopefully she can send me her link. She is very knowledgeable with these cases. Let's see here. Definitely follow ATS. She is the best. Yeah, I'm new to the Facebook group stuff. So that's just where they gained entry. I haven't seen anything new. But yeah, I just this is Truth Seeker on YouTube. This is her Twitter. Great information. Came in with a ton of bombs last night in the stream. And if she's still listening, thank you. It was amazing. I'll leave that up there. You know what? Let me follow you real quick. And then the screen will pop up on my stream. There you go, everybody. Yeah, and plus, you know, idea tabs and stuff too. Ooh, that's a good stretch. Yeah, a lot of good information. Okay. See if there's anything brand new. I really don't. I haven't heard anything. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I never used Twitter really until I started this YouTube stuff. Like all of this stuff I never really used it, the groups and all that stuff. I never really, but I'm new to it. Had a lot of weird, crazy people hopping in last night. That was crazy. All right, I'm gonna go to my subscriptions and see if I can see if there's any new news up. How are you doing tonight? ATS News. Yeah, if you want to throw it up, you can. Please do. Yeah, we were talking about this Pike County massacre, ATS. It's a really crazy story, and what's crazier is this right here. What's crazier is that there's still court going on. Like, this happened 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and there's still court proceedings going on. And the last couple nights I've been getting on to do my show, I've seen these live streams about this case. I'm like, what is going on? This is still going on? So we kind of did a little run through of the background of the story and all that stuff. We just got done with it, unfortunately. But it's only, you know, it's like a 16-minute video, but kind of break down the case. But yeah, crazy story. I'm gonna have to go into it one night. I can't wait to talk Kurt Cobain. That's gonna be crazy whenever that happens. University. Hopefully he's got. I subscribed to him when he came out with that interview for the daughter. Hopefully he got a bunch of subs off that. He was on the news the other night, so that's cool. That was a really good interview. See, that's the kind of, I don't want to necessarily do that, you know, where I'm interviewing like people involved in murders and shit. That's not my kind of interview. My kind of interview is about people's stories of success and passions and desires, and, you know, just, you know, or just interesting paths and stories to tell and experiences to share and stuff like that. I'm not really trying to interview murder. I don't know. That's probably something I would need to go to school with, or school for, you know, to really learn how to do interviews that way. But when it comes from the heart and the soul, you don't need to go to school for that. That's the beauty of art. All right, well, shoot. This is Pike County again. It's right. The guy said if it's not the poorest, it's one of the 3 or 4 poorest counties in Ohio, and we just went through some pictures, and it is pretty run down. 27,000 people. That's not that many. Appalachian. So there's. Ooh, can we look at the? Can we see mountains? Let's see. Oh, wow, it is in a really mountainous area. The whole thing is mountainy. Wow. Basically right in between, like a valley. There's just nothing there. They're not by a water source, except for down here, but that's a different county, so they're not there's no water source. They're not on a major highway, because you got 35 coming here and you got 41 going around it, so pretty much nobody is really. Chillicothe, now that's a pretty good, that's a nice little comfy spot. But that's where people probably go. I doubt they're coming down here to go to your Dollar General or something. So there's probably not very much business going on. That's why it looks so run down, unfortunately. Huh, I didn't know it was that close to Chillicothe. They got great cabins there. Especially if you go on, you go out a little mini vacay. Go chill. Go stay in a cabin. Good spot. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, just south of Columbus there. Yeah, we'll go into that another night though. Well, shoot. Let's see what I got in my notes. I like following cases. Yeah. Maybe if I went to some kind of journalism school or something, because you want to make sure you ask the right questions. There is something I kind of see. Oh, yeah. I wanted to see what was up with this, what's that? Is it Artemis rocket or something? Artemis launch that's going to the moon? It finally was a success? Is that what's going on?
7, 6, 5.
I'm so excited.
Start. 3, 2, 1. Boosters in ignition. And lift.
Yeah, I definitely like when others.
We rise together.
I definitely like when others do interview them because they do get some good stuff coming out, especially like your high profile ones. Definitely, for sure. I know I probably wouldn't do a good job at it, so I wouldn't even want to try.
Back to the moon and beyond.
So excited. I love space.
Control on the roll from teams in Mission Control Houston. All good calls so far. Now 30 seconds into the flight. Artemis 1. First milestone will be for the vehicle to pass through max Q in about 1 minute and 9 seconds into launch. This is the greatest period of atmospheric force on the rocket. The next major milestone will be for the solid rocket boosters to cut off and jettison in about 2 minutes and 11 seconds in.
That's neat. So is there like a mission, like info on Earth views from 9 hours ago? What? You have to hit the, whoa, why is it coming up like that? Oh, I don't want to watch that. I thought it was like how to follow what's next. On a half day, setting breathtaking views of the planet 3 hours ago. Jeez, that's loud. Oh my gosh. I wish this would always stay on. Half day into its journey. Come on, get off there. NASA plans to regularly share images like these on their Artemis blog. But dang, that was quick. So this is space has also launched a website where you can follow. Ooh, NASA.gov. Nice. Oh, I'm gonna have to follow all these for sure. "40,000 miles beyond the moon's far side, farther than..." Why is it doing all that? Whoa, I thought... Oh yeah, because it's just going to do like a checkout kind of thing. Special. Ah, I thought we were actually putting something there. We'll complete an out. Okay. Orion will then orbit the moon for about 6 days. This is so neat. I'm so excited. I mean, the Mars stuff was so cool, but now we're finally something with the moon. You know, it's right here. Yes, it's right here, you know? Gosh, it's been since what, 69 or something? Ooh, it's cold in here. That is so cool. That's awesome. I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna have, let me save that video. I'll save that to watch later. That way I can stop it and pause it and follow everything. That was pretty quick. Space, the voyages of the stars. What, you don't like all this talk? The launch was last night. We ended up launching live since it was super cloudy where we kind of. Oh wow, so you're close enough where you can like see it in the sky? Wow. That would be freaking awesome. That'd be sweet. Oh, sorry, I had to get a blanket. Dang. Wow. All right. Subscriptions. Let's see if there's anything else. Wow, it's a pretty slow night with the news. Casey Anthony blaming her dad. I kind of didn't want to get into this Idaho stuff tonight, but it looks like that's probably what we're looking at. Yeah, the Pike County massacre, crazy. Ooh, we go to News Nation actually, because I know there's something I missed on there. What was it? Isn't there like a certain section? All right, there we go. Oh, maybe it was just that Casey Anthony, but I could have swore there was something else on there that I saw. I think it was last night. I think it was, yeah, this is what it was right here.
Right now to talk about this ongoing investigation is Ed Gavin, the former acting chief for New York Child Protective Services and
sorry
retired
about that
deputy
huge
warden. Thanks so much
volume
for being with
bump.
us. You know, police say they do not have a suspect, but they're looking for a killer. They don't have a motive. They'll only say that these people were stabbed with some type of object and that this is possibly a crime of passion. So just based on your experience, what do you take away from all of those particular details?
I think it's likely a crime of passion. I think it was the perpetrator was probably perhaps a spurned lover. I think the perpetrator was likely a male. I think the perpetrator was confident, bold, strong, and stealthy. I mean, this individual reportedly went into that home at the early morning hours, 3 o'clock in the morning, with a sharp object. And I think he or she, but likely he, was confident that he could kill his victim. I think when you look at the composition of those living at the home, you have 3 females, 2 of whom were seniors. One was a junior. And I live here in New York City. This happens with quite often. We had a case in Queens County where a 31-year-old police officer waited for her lover to return with her new girlfriend. She shot the girlfriend, who was 23 years old, and she shot her ex-girlfriend, 23, and her new lover age 24, with a firearm, and then shortly after
What?
confessed.
Wow.
We had another case in Queens, spurned lover case, where we had a woman, a married.
Okay, but I thought they said this wasn't. I thought they said that this wasn't a crime. Like somebody else did it. It wasn't a murder suicide. I thought they said that, but is maybe just because this is old from News Nation or something. But I'm pretty sure they said that it's got to be because it's old. So I don't know why they're talking about like lover stuff. Ted Bundy. That's a good one to sit down and talk about sometime. Yeah, I don't know what this guy's talking
about. And her husband was away out of town, and the handyman came over who had access to the home. They were involved in a relationship. He stabbed her 50 times, dismembered her while her son was sleeping, and took her out in a hockey bag.
So he's thinking that somebody was cheating on somebody and their lover came in and did it and just took everybody? Oh my lord. My private photo here. Heart, kiss, block. Oh boy. You gotta love it when those pop up.
So, I mean, these things happen. That's what it looks like to me. It's pointing to that.
Mm-hmm. You know, the police are saying that there's no one in the public that needs to be concerned because this was an isolated incident, though, again, like you said, quite a brazen crime. But the mayor of Moscow, Idaho, says the murders could be linked to a property crime gone wrong. Did you hear anything about that?
No, I didn't. But I mean, one thing's for sure, you know, crime never takes a vacation. And the only thing you know is you never know until you get the facts come in and the investigation is, we get some, information from the evidence, DNA, things of that nature.
All right, Ed, thank you so much for joining us and speaking to us on Morning in America.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider.
Well, there's nothing really going on. That was a couple waves. We already went through that stuff. No breaking news, except for Scottish Queen tonight. I'm still feeling under the weather. I don't know, let me look through my notes real quick. Maybe we'll talk about something I got in my notes. If not, I might just get some extra Z's tonight. I did want to look up, oh yes, I did want to look up this, let's see here. Henry Lee Lucas. Wanted to look up. Oh, it's this guy. Doesn't he have like a Netflix show or something? Oh wow, he's still alive? I thought he had like a Netflix show. Yeah, right here. Huh, I never watched it though. I did not know. I remember seeing that picture though. But there was something else about, what is it, O2? Yeah, there it is. That's what popped up. So these guys were buddies. I kind of wanted to do a little background on these just to check them out for a minute, because it's going to be We're going to be talking about these two individuals a little bit in an upcoming interview. So I kind of wanted to take a look and see what these guys are about. And I guess this is wait, no. Isn't that the O'Toole? Yeah, that's the O'Toole. And he's the one with the crime involved in Adam Walsh. And then these guys are friends, I guess. Otis Elwood Toole was an American drifter and serial who was convicted of 6 counts. Like his companion, Henry Lee Lucas, Toole made confessions which he later recanted. Interesting, so they confessed, then they backed away. So the only movie about these is this movie right here. Let's see. Oh, he passed away in 96. 6 counts. I read one of those books on Lucas and O'Toole, huh? The Hands of Death. Whoa. The 2 members of the tag team from hell. They were a pair that traveled across the country. No way. Whoa. Yeah, this is going to be in an upcoming interview. I'm excited. But plenty more besides this. This is just a small snippet. Other cases. Wow. That they were a pair. I didn't know they were that involved where they had a nickname. I'm not going to play it right now. Definitely going to save it though. Holy crap, I want to read the description here. Let's like, subscribe, save to watch later. The 2 members of the tag team from hell, the Saddest King, was joined by the Lord of Pain. Lucas and O'Toole could be the most brutal yada in the archive or the most brilliant con artists in criminal history. It's hard to decide which killer is worse than the other. In terms of the act itself, there isn't much. Toy box killer? You should make me a list and send it to me because you have a lot of ideas, Scottish Queen. And then I can kind of throw them all together. Wow. Still, there are a few that stand out to my mind. This would be a whole new level of yada. When one has the kind of thought, they might be led to think of Albert Fish, Dennis Nielsen, or Richard. Okay, I know Richard Ramirez. I don't know the other 2. Quite simply put, these are the cruel and yada people who cut. Okay. Okay, wow. The people whose terrible actions are known to be the worst of all time. Yeah, I did have some stuff on BTK because when the Delphi Richard Allen first got arrested, I automatically went to BTK because I was like, yeah, this dude's just like him. So I have one of those videos at the very top of my ECJ show folder that I never got to. In the 1970s, it is a really crazy, it's so similar though. In the 1970s, this couple of serials went on terrible killing over the United States. 8? They were cannibals too? What? More than 600 together? It seems impossible. They both grew up with abusive moms who forced their sons to dress like girls? What? Both had been assaulted before they were 10, and by the time they met, both of them had already committed many other crimes of the same sort. But the truth is that no one knows how many people Lucas and Toole. Even worse, the serial couple also like to. That's crazy. They were cannibals. I didn't know that. They were caught talking about cannibalism on a prison phone years after they were caught. Whoa. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. I didn't know it was like that. I didn't know. I mean, I heard in a small part of a story that they were friends, but I didn't know that they were buddies that tag team across the whole United States and were even into cannibalism. Wow. That is going to be... I can't wait for that interview. Whew. That's crazy. Well, shoot. Excuse me. Dig through my stuff real quick. I think that... I wonder if anything with Ashley Bush came out. That's something that I haven't heard anything about. Yeah, 10 days ago, 13 days ago, 12 days ago, 9 days ago. Why? Like, why is there nothing? That's so crazy. There are 2 people you don't want to flag down to help you if your car... Exactly. That's... I didn't know they were that involved with each other. I had no idea. Well, I might, let me see. Let me just go through these notes real quick. Maybe I'll just get some extra Z's tonight. And then come back even better tomorrow. Because I did get a lot of, when I left at lunch, I did get a lot of sleep when I came home, which is the best thing for you. And yes, I do need to drink 32 ounces of water. I need to eat some food too, because I haven't ate anything since this afternoon at like 11. But I would like to get into BTK sometime. I wonder if I have any new videos on Delphi. I don't think I do. I don't even think there's anything out about that either. This is a crazy night. Usually it's like non-stop. But maybe it's a perfect opportunity for me to get some extra rest. Let's see. Dropbox. Yeah, we pretty much covered everything yesterday. There's nothing really going on. All right. Yeah, there's so many cases. Yeah, so many. Maybe, it's just one of those nights. It's probably a perfect night. It's life's way of saying, hey, get some rest. But might hop on some Xbox for a little bit and get on some Twitch. Yeah, I know. Thanks. I appreciate. At least you didn't say I sounded horrible. I am. I'm exhausted. I've been doped up on meds for gosh. I've felt weird. I started feeling really weird a week and a half ago. I felt weird for about 5 days, not where I felt sick, but you get that feeling where you're just you don't feel right, you just don't feel right. And then after, it was a Saturday morning, I woke up and then it was humongous freaking migraine all day, but I still made it for Saturday's show for Allegedly. It was important. So, I did what I needed to do to get on that show and not really let it affect me. And then the next morning, each day it just kept getting worse. And then today I thought I was better, and then I was driving to work, and on my way to work, I'm turning the corner here and going there, and my stomach just the whole time was like, dude, I'm about to just open my door and puke out the fucking door. But I went, it just the whole morning, the cramps, I was bent over half the morning just trying to put pressure on my stomach because the shit hurt so bad. And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to go home at lunch and try and get better. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I apologize the last few nights of me sniffling and clearing throat and all that stuff, the crappy radio etiquette. It's hard for me to hit the mute. I wish I had a microphone that I could just tap the button in front of me, but unfortunately I got to reach over to my phone and tap it and hope that it works, because it's the touch screen. Sometimes you got to touch it right. Yeah. Yeah, I was turning the corner and I'm like, dude, I'm about to open this freaking door and just puke. I'm like, no, don't do it. Yeah, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. So interesting, different stuff to talk about. Yeah, different things to talk about. But we'll get on tomorrow night. We'll have a lot of stuff to get on. Oh. And definitely, if you have a Twitter, make sure you follow Kayla. Good information. And I can't wait. She's going to be joining the panel Friday or Saturday. So that'll be cool. She has a lot of knowledge on a lot of different cases. I appreciate it, Scottish Queen. And yes, more to come. Just gonna get better and bigger, Y'all are learning with me. And I appreciate your support. Because I couldn't be the best version of me at that time without you guys' support, because I need feedback too, and encouragement and criticism and all that stuff. It's about evolving, not going backward. I'm gonna have to play some Joe Rogan videos on a stream some night. Maybe some night we can just have a Joe Rogan sit back and everybody can email me their favorite clips. And I can just have a night where I'm just chilling back and you guys email me stuff to watch, and it's your show. I just sit back and watch. That'd be kind of cool. Email me your shit. Alrighty, I'll quit talking and rambling. I hope you guys have a peaceful and positive evening, and thanks for hanging out. Oh, the cold swing's coming. I hate winter.